guys, today I'm going to teach you how to make an X-base cuff. This is the foundation for making a 3D cuff, or you could just keep it by itself. This is a beginner level tutorial. The materials you are going to need are pony beads, scissors, and elastic beading cord. To make an X-base cuff, you need about 30 connectors and 80 normal beads. So 2 different bead colors. You can do more if you want to, but I'm going to keep it very simple. If you wanted to have a bigger wrist size than 30 beads, then you would have to go up to 33. So it would have to be multiples of 3. And if you're going to make 2 X's high to make a big 3D, you're going to need 60 connectors and 160 normal beads. This is about an estimate. It's not the actual hard numbers, but that's what I came out to when I just did some really quick math. So how we add on our beads to make our single is 2 base color beads, then a connector bead. And then you add on 2 more base color beads, and add on your connector bead. And continue this all the way around until you have strung on all of your beads for your single. Once you have finished stringing on all of your beads, we are going to tie a regular knot. So just cross over and under, and then cross over again, and take your tail and go under. So this is just a typical square knot. Once you have done that, to the point that you have gotten comfortable, then we're going to cut off only one end, the short end, and we're going to keep a long tail on the rest of it. Like so. Now we're going to take our long tail and we're going to add on 3 beads. So we're going to make sure that our string is coming out of a purple bead, like so. Then we're going to add on a base bead, a connector bead, and another base color bead, like so. We're going to skip over our 2 blue and into the next purple. Like so. So it makes a nice point. You might have to push it a little bit at first till you can get enough tension on the string. But we're going to do the same thing all over again. We're going to add on 1 base color, then a connector color, then another base color. Then we're going to take our string and go through our next connector bead. Continue this all the way around your single. I'm on my last point. So I'm going to take my string through the first purple I came out of. Then I'm going to go up the blue point that's directly next to it. Right there. And out through that top purple. And what this is going to do is it's going to bring me up to the next level so I can continue my X's. Now we're going to take our string and we are going to create another point between our 2 points. So again, we're adding on 1 connector bead, 1 base color bead, my bad, a connector bead, and another base color bead. So you're only going to have 3. So it's the same as you were doing before. But this time, instead of stringing through the single, we're going to be stringing through another point. But we're still going through those connector beads, we're still going through the purple. Make sure that you don't get your string caught through like I did, or else it's going to tie a knot, so just be aware of that when you're pulling it. Don't pull it too fast at first. But continue this all the way around, just going in between the points. Now we have our last beads in this row. We're going to string through this purple. Then we're going up through our base color bead, and then we're going through the top of that purple point, our connector bead. Like so. Now we're going to pull it very tight so we can get a bunch of tension on it. Now, this is where, if you wanted to do only one row of X's, is where you would end the cuff. You would have one more row where you would add on just 2 base color beads. I'm going to go up and make mine a double X cuff. If you wanted to do that, then you would do 2 more rows of the same thing that we were just doing. The base color bead, the connector bead, and the base color bead. So you would make 2 more rows of points before you go to the last step, which I'm going to show you in the next clip. I just wanted to explain that to you and why mine would look slightly different. But it really doesn't make any difference how you end it if you have 2 X's or 1 X's. So I'm going to show you that. So it should look something like this once you have finished it, and you can see on mine how I have 2 X's right there and there. And that's really the only difference, is that I have 2 X's instead of 1 X. And like I said, you would just do that by doing the 2 rows of the points. And now we are going to add on 1 base color and another base color. So you only have 2 beads instead of 3. And we're still going from one purple to the other purple. And what we're basically doing here is we're recreating that base single that we made before, and so that's going to add tension onto it, and it's going to pull our cuff back tighter like it is on the base, instead of it having kind of like mushroom out on the top. So you can see right there how they match now. And we're going to add on 2 more base color beads, and we're going to string through that purple. And then continue this all the way around. We are on our last step in this row now. We're going to take our string and go through our purple bead. And now we have to pull the whole cuff very tight. Make sure that you loosen up the whole thing so you can pull as much string as possible to get it tight, and that's going to fit well, but make sure that you don't get it too tight because it will have to have a little bit of give. But get your shape right. Like that. And again, you can see those X's a little bit more clearly now and how everything lines up. So to tie this knot, we're going to go through that opening in between one of the X's, which is going to create a loop. We're going to take our tail and put it through that loop. Now it's important to make sure that you're getting between the purple and the blue. So between your connector and your base color. That way you don't make a knot around your bead, because when you do that, then you have string hanging out and it looks weird. So I would do this 2-3 times until you felt that your knot was pretty tight and that it wasn't going to come undone. Then what I like to do is I like to take my tail and I'll go through just like 2 random beads and hide it. So when I do cut off that tail, the knot is hidden in the bead, so it looks nice. So you don't have string hanging out and it gets all scraggly. And there you go. You have successfully created your first X-base cuff. If you like this video, please rate, comment, and subscribe. I put out a new video every Monday. You can also check out my latest video and my playlist of other simple candy.